Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the pinhead puppets of Gotham. Welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is the adventures of Batman and Robin, released in 1995 for the Sega Megadrive, the Sega CD, and the Super Nintendo. Now, the version we're playing today is the Megadrive/Genesis version of the game, a game I played many times when I was a young nipper. And as you might have guessed, this is based on the 90s animated series, also called, in its second season anyway, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. So I thought I'd play this on stream today, give you my thoughts on it, so here we go. Just about to start the game now. Play as Batman, obviously. No one wants to play as Robin. Let's face it. Level 1. Happy birthday to me. So here we go. Gameplay for the game is pretty different than your average Sega Genesis beat 'em up. This is more like a, well, I suppose more like a shooter. Quite a tricky little game. Now you see these power-ups here? Boom! And they all die. Yeah. Very addictive game, lots of fun. I must say this game would probably be considered too difficult for anyone below a certain age nowadays. But of course games are a lot easier now, aren't they? Not hardcore like they used to be. Boom! Now here come the big enemies. Taking out money, are you? I don't think so. Ah, partner in crime. Yeah, you go down too. I must admit I am a massive Batman fan. Massive Batman fan. Particularly in the realm of video games. I would say I probably played most, if not all of them. And where does this rank among my favorites, you might ask? Well, I might tell you by the end of the video. Definitely one of the first Batman games that I ever played, other than the version based on the first film, and Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and then I think it was this. Or it was Batman Forever. Or it was this, then Batman Forever. I can't exactly remember. So, you know, every level pretty much plays out exactly the same. Go from left to right. Take out the enemies. Progress. Kind of like Streets of Rage. This is much more shooter focused. Not quite a beat 'em up. Oh! Yes, like I said, this is based on the... Ah, here comes the first boss. That's actually Harlequin. What's inside there? I do love the character of Harlequin. Of course, my favorite iteration is Tara Strong. Plays in the Arkham video games. There's also a film based on them. Assault on Arkham. Plays just after Arkham Origins, before Arkham Asylum. And the fantastic Troy Baker as the Joker. Might be a bit sacrilegious, but I do prefer Troy Baker's Joker to Mark Hamill's. In the video games anyway. Not talking about the animated series or the films. Just talking about the video games, okay? So don't leave me any death threats or anything in the comments. Well, not yet, anyway. Ah, there's Harley. Yes, the boss fights in this game are particularly difficult. They do, not so much this one, but some of the later boss fights do take quite a while to get them down the hill. You're quite accurate with your shots. Just about now. Success. Batman! Batman! Here we are, level 2. Museum of some kind, I think. Gosh, I love the music in this game. You do often find that a lot of the Megadrive, Genesis games have fantastic soundtracks. Boom! Now we have the drones easily taken care of with my batarangs. The only thing I wish this game had, which the Sega CD version has, is voice acting. In fact, the Sega CD version is completely different. It has animated cutscenes, which were animated by the original animators for the TV show. You might say it's almost like a Lost episode. But that game, the Sega CD version, is much more of a vehicle game. You pretty much play the whole game with the Batmobile. So I don't think it's quite as good as this one. But it has voice acting, has cutscenes, so an amalgamation of the two would have been perfect. You know, have the cutscenes from the Sega CD version, put that into this game. And maybe one or two of the vehicle levels. That would have been quite good. It would have been the perfect version of the game. The Super Nintendo version is a completely different game. The benefit that one has is it has actual music from the animated series, so it has a lot of Danny Elfman songs, which this does not. But I do like the soundtrack. Boom! I do love the soundtrack of this version. More drones. Extra life. Yes, 90s was a much simpler time for video games. Weren't so concerned with DLC, add-ons, Battle Royale, Fortnite, all that jazz. We're just made to distract you for a couple of hours, have a bit of fun. Ah, Harley, you bitch, you're back! Get back here! That's not my Batman voice, by the way. I think Batman would suit his accent. He would have to talk like this. Harley! Harley! God, that hurts my throat. No, that's just a normal crane. It isn't Dr. Crane. No. See what I did there? I was referencing a Batman villain. Dr. Crane. Scarecrow. Yeah. Not in this game. He is in the Super Nintendo version. Oh, Harley. Ah, love this level. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. The final one for the Joker chapter of the game. I just love the color scheme for this game. So colorful. Bags of fun. I wasn't giving any balloons like that at any birthday party of mine. Probably for the best. They look quite lethal. Boom! Yes, I am going to say that every time I pick up that collectible. That's not really a collectible. Power-up thing. Sometimes it's best to just run past everything. You don't have to fight every single enemy in the game. Sometimes it's better to cut your losses and run. Run like the coward that you are. Or that I am. Boom! So yes, the gameplay is very simplistic. It's basically just running from left to right, shooting everything. But the game does find ways of mixing up the gameplay. Gameplay? Talk today. Gameplay. Does find ways of mixing up the gameplay slightly. That was a problem with a lot of these early Batman games. They were just too similar the whole way. One of the more unsuccessful attempts was Batman Forever, I think, which kind of took the Joker! When are they gonna load of me? It's more Jack Nicholson Joker than Mark Hamill. Joker here! That's more Mark Hamill. I love the fact that Joker's a boss in this game. It's a perfect opportunity to do my range of impressions. You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. Dark Knight. Oh, one of my favorite films of all time. Cut down in his prime too early. Yeah, there's something so giddy about this boss fight. Fighting the Joker in a hot air balloon. It's horrific. Nicely to level 2. Well, not level 2. Well, level 2, there we go. As you might be able to guess, the villain of this level is Two-Face. Portrayed very nicely by Aaron Eckhart, The Dark Knight. And my friend, Troy Baker, again. The Arkham games voices Two-Face. He only voiced the Joker in Arkham Origins. In terms of the video games. He plays the Joker in Assault on Arkham, the animated film. And in some of the Lego Batman games. Yes, Troy Baker's played many Batman characters. Off the top of my head, I think, well, he's played Batman in the Telltale games. He's played the Joker, obviously. Two-Face. The Arkham Knight. Robin. Red Hood. So, you know, he's played quite a few. See, again, this level starting to mix things up a bit. Elevator sequence. Two-Face, you two-faced bastard! See what I did there? Yeah. Don't worry, plenty more bad jokes where that came from. These are obviously goons, as they shall be named. So every villain in the game, the enemies in the level are all completely different, which is nice. It's one of the edits made by Batman Forever. Every single enemy was pretty much exactly the same. Wearing a goddamn straitjacket. Or was a thug. But you know, I can still play Batman Forever. The PlayStation version, which is a completely different game, is actually better. That's an arcade game. Beat 'em up. Rage type game. Streets of Rage, Final Fight, Double Dragon. You get the drift. Another fantastic music track used in this level. Bit of a theme in this game. Fantastic music, great gameplay, rock hard, boom! That's the other theme. The boom. Lots of boom boom. Bang for your buck. Yes, for the purposes of streaming, I am playing this on an emulator, but I do own the game, physical version. If any of you want to track down a physical version, though, good luck. It's very expensive nowadays. Very expensive, but definitely worth having if you value physical copies of games, like I do. And you should always do like I do, until I tell you otherwise. So here we have the first boss fight for this basis level. Quite simple, just blow the turrets out and keep shooting the airship. Now, Two-Face's stage, you'll notice a different pattern. It's a lot more vehicle related, as you'll see in the next level. And that's that. Nothing too difficult about that boss fight. And now we mix up the gameplay yet again. Now we're playing in the Batwing. I like this level, although I do think it goes on much too long. I think it's about 7 minutes too long, this level. But it's still fun. Much more akin to something like R-Type or those bullet hell games. I call them bullet hell games. I don't even know if that's the correct term. Games where you shoot things, basically. Usually in a spaceship, a spacecraft. Boom! Boom again! Lots of boom in this level. Must say, Face's got quite the force at his beck and call. Helicopters, missiles, goons. Nothing too complex about it, but you know, still lots of fun. There seems to be a theme with Batman games where vehicle sections can be somewhat tricky. In fact, it was the biggest complaint with Arkham Knight. The overuse of the Batmobile. I myself didn't mind it, but even I have to admit that it does get to a point where every semblance of a boss fight in that game is in the Batmobile. And when you start sneaking around buildings, and the Batmobile does become a bit, well, silly. Well, sillier than being, you know, a man dressed up as a bat. Little bit of a mini boss there. Easily taken care of. But yes, I love the Arkham series of games. Even Arkham Knight. Love it. I liked a lot of the callbacks in that game. Yes, we all know. It's very easy to guess who the Arkham Knight actually was. We all knew who it was. But for me, it still didn't take away from me. Loved a lot of the comic references. How Barbara Gordon's tripled. The death of Jason Todd. Well, death. Inverted commas. Yeah, I loved it. Lots of motion in that game. might as well make it even more controversial, you know, not like I've said enough in this video. But my favourite in the Arkham series is actually Arkham Origins. Yes, yes. The one that no one picks. But for me, it's got the best writing. I love Troy Baker's Joker. The fact that the game didn't have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. But of course, that doesn't take away from how brilliant Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are. Of all the games I probably replay, I probably play all the Arkham games normally. Love them. But even the mediocre Batman games I can still play. Like, I don't particularly like Batman Returns on the Megadrive Genesis, but I can still play it. The best version of that game is on the Super Nintendo. I'll probably play that on Super. Give you my thoughts on it. Boom! See what I mean? This level goes on just a little bit too long. I think they could have easily cut this level in half. Easily. But, you know, it's still fun overall. Still good break music as well. Oh, that's two booms I did not acknowledge. I'm becoming sloppy. Oh, that's three now. But the Super Nintendo version of this game, I would definitely play that. Mostly because it's fantastic, but also so you can see the difference. I may even dip into the Sega CD version. Like I said, I don't like that one as much, but it's still fun. Still good. Like I said, even a mediocre Batman game I can still play. Except for Dark Tomorrow. That game needs to burn in hell. Dark Tomorrow was a Batman game that was on the original Xbox and the GameCube. Yeah, not good. Stay away. It's toxic. It'll poison you if you play it. You have PTSD. And the level's still going. Yeah, when I was a kid, this level was one of the worst to get through. Absolute nightmare. Boom! Missing that one. Excuse me. And the level's still going. I could have made a cup of tea during this. Finally getting towards the end of the level now. You might think that this is the boss for the level, but you would be mistaken. This is just another fly. I think the reason this stage is so long is because the Two-Face level has individual stages, whereas the Joker one has 4, if I remember. So I suppose it's trying to be cleaner than one. That's probably why it's like the different bosses. But I do still think it would be nice at the end. Batman versus Satellite Dish. Would make a good film, but just when you think it's over, this bastard appears. Now, this is actually the final boss for this level, so whatever you do, don't die here. Just blow him to pieces. That's the only strategy I can offer. Blow him to pieces. Two-faced bastard. You know he's talking behind your back in there, Batman. Success! Level 3. The Mad Hatter. No. Tea time! Can't remember who voiced him in the animated series. In the Arkham games, it was Peter McNichol, who you might remember from Ghostbusters 2. He is Regal! Changed up the enemy types again. That was nice. Robotic garden gnomes. Gnomes on the rampage. I think this is supposed to be a movie studio, which would make sense. Mad Hatter has always been an odd one out for me in terms of Batman villains, because he's the only one that's actually based on, you know, a fictional character. They have had Batman go up against Dracula and stuff. It's not an established thing. I think the problem with the Mad Hatter is he's too similar to the Riddler. You know, they're both kind of quirky, eccentric. But in terms of this game, he works well. I would rather have seen something like Scarecrow. That's the benefit to the SNES version, which is a completely different game. The range of villains. A lot more of them. I think in that it's... Well, that's got Poison Ivy in it. And Scarecrow. And Joker. And Mr. Freeze. A few others, can't remember. I'll remember when we play it on stream. Obviously, because I'll be playing it live. Yes, these levels work pretty much the same as the rest of the game. Left to right, kill everything. It is a technique that works. Just stand still and just shoot. Why overexert yourself, Batman, eh? Oh, Batman! Ah, boss. See how much shorter that level was compared to the last one? I like this boss fight. Very interesting. Mechanized Cheshire Cats. Basically, stand in the middle, shoot its nose. O.C.G. knows about the cat's nose. Freaking laser beams! I like this level. Nice and colourful. Very fantastical. But I also like the fact you can still tell it's a set, because you can see the lights and stuff. So we know it's all fakery. It is an illusion. I don't keep saying it, but one of the strongest things that this title does very well is changing things up. Especially visually. Almost made a mistake there. Actually, bizarrely, I think this is the first stage in the entire game that doesn't have any human enemies. These are clearly all animatronics and robots and shit like that. I didn't mention these little power-ups you can see there, the ones that change colour. They actually dictate what shoots basically at the enemies. It's obviously red is fire-based. Blue I think is ice-based. You know, very typical stuff. That Hatter does seem to be quite obsessed with these mushrooms, though. Ah, I know. Because he's a fun guy. You know, fun guy. It's a joke. The next boss? Not yet. Got to take care of some of the minions first. Now you're going to notice that this next boss looks rather strange. Looks a little bit too, bit too realistic. Doesn't really fit in with the style of the game. Now, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with the video footage. It's supposed to be doing that. Like it's glitching, falling apart. Like it's some kind of artificial world that we're inhabiting. See what I mean? Looks just a little bit too realistic. Kind of reminds me of an old Monty Python animated sequence. Also not the most varied moves-wise, this boss. He just basically hops about. Batman! Here we are, mixing it up again, inside a block of cheese. Very large block of cheese. An incredibly large block of cheese. An astronomical block of cheese. A gargantuan block of cheese! I like the design for this part. I think this is supposed to be the top of a table. But I like the portraits in the background. Ah, there's Robin. Everyone's favorite sidekick. I think it's Dick Grayson. I can't be sure, I can't remember where the animated series would have been up to at this point. Must say the minion synchronization is exceptional. You'd have made perfect gymnasts. Ah, teacup. Most dangerous enemy in the game. Ah, another teacup. The second most dangerous enemy in the game. Ah, third. Third most dangerous. Ah, fourth. Fourth most dangerous enemy. Ah, fifth. The dreaded fifth teacup. You get the gist. Ah, sugar bowl. Another sugar bowl. A third sugar bowl. Got a lot of rabbits, the Mad Hatter. Must keep conjuring them out of his hat. Very impressive hat, I would say. A massive collar. Unprepared. Ah, here we go, boss fight. I like this. Quite psychedelic. Like we are battling over time. In another dimension. In the past, but yet the future. Where everyone has gargantuan top hats. And purple planes. And weird mirrors we have to jump over. Must say, Mad Hatter is certainly not going to be Employer of the Year for this attitude towards his employees. He's just throwing them at me. Like they're nothing. But such is the corporate machine. Getting there slowly but surely. Success! Upward bird! And here we are, the final level. Snow in July? Might have guessed the villain for this particular stage is Mr. Freeze. case you didn't guess by the big massive image of his head. Boom! I think this is actually one of the shorter levels in the game. But you'll often find that in video games. Last level is, well, sometimes it's the longest level in the game. Sometimes, like in this case, it's one of the shortest. Maybe this is the point they always run out of money. Though, of course, games like this never had the budgets that we give video games today. But it doesn't make them any less of an experience. Ah, some disgruntled employees of Victor Freeze decided to take their anger and resentment out on me. Wonder why they just wouldn't take their grievances to Freeze himself. Ah, maybe he offers them a remarkable dental plan. Don't want to be losing out on that. And there is that gym membership as well. All these Einstein lookalikes clearly use the gym on a regular basis. Treadmill, rowing machine, which are both the same thing. You can probably tell I'm not a regular at the gym. Last time I was there, oof, must have been before I was born. Some kind of snow machine. Of course it is. Silly me. Mr. Freeze. Snow. Played exquisitely in the film Batman and Robin by that famous Shakespearean actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Puppet Man. Back on our little jetpack again. Killing all these, well, astronauts? Welders? Goons and ridiculous outfits? I don't know. They appear to have fire coming out of their rear ends. Ah, that must be what's keeping them afloat. Boom! Boom! Starting to sound more and more like Basil Brush by the minute. Boom! Boom! Anyone who doesn't know who Basil Brush is, look it up. It's a famous celebrity over here. Again, fantastic music in this stage. Oh. That was a bit more subdued. Understated. Boom. A little bit more sinister. And here we have it, the final boss. You are not sending me to the cooler. Something like that. I forget who the name of the voice actor, but the voice actor who plays Mr. Freeze in the animated series also voiced him in the Arkham games. A bit of a tidbit of knowledge for you there. He is very good. He's also a great feature-length animated film that's centered around. It actually came out the same year as Batman and Robin, the film. 1997. This is very, very, very good. I mean, the boss fights in this game do break down to much more than just dodge projectiles and shoot. Dodge projectile and shoot. Get hit by boss, dodge projectile, shoot. Dodge projectile, shoot. And away we go. And that's it, success! Not a bad effort.
In a pleasing cell in Arkham Asylum, as the god routinely looks through the people, Arkham's latest guest, the deep chill courses his body. Basked in the moonlight, the figure concentrates on the city, tooling crystal, oblivious to the god's presence. The god raps on the door, waits a moment, and then starts to slide the proposed cover back to its sharp position. The lack of response is not surprising. The patient does not move nor spoken a word since the arrival.
I think that's quite enough of me reading out the action. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. I said I'd give you my opinion on the game, and it is thus. It's a fun game. It's probably one of my favorite Batman games. It's definitely one of the most replayable, just because it's so short and bags of fun. I'm going to play the Super Nintendo version, which will be recorded, and I will offer my commentary on as well. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me abuse in the comments. Check out my Twitch, my Facebook, my Patreon. I have a Patreon now. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to stay obsessed with gaming. I'll leave you with one last little Batman-esque impression. You ready? You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?